Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Moondrop Starfield 2. Unfortunately I did not try the first one, but it is what it is unfortunately. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Shenzhen Audio Store for sending me this unit to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And this is actually quite a big box, and as you can see, she's wearing them. So, Moondrop, I've got quite a good rep with single DDs. So yeah, let's see what this is like. So yeah, it's quite a big box. Obviously the normal kind of Moondrop waifu, and she's wearing them as you can see. And she's in aerospace. So Moondrop, nothing on the sides. Obviously there's a lot of info on the back. That doesn't look too good, but we'll see what this is like. So ultra low MGLI alloy dome. So obviously there's some information. Obviously what was used to measure it, so on and so forth. These are unique because there's meant to be a filter for the sub base. So I'm quite curious how that works. So there's impedance, sensitivity, looks relatively normal. Frequency response with a cavity and the brass nozzle. With a grass 45. Yeah, and that's it. So quite a big box. Again, I did not try the original Starfield. But a lot of them quite similar. So QC 007, like James Bond. See what's in here. So it should just be the cable. I think the tips are hidden in there. So let's see what we get. So yeah, seems quite nice. Obviously tubing. It's got the colours. I guess something to do with the manufacturing number. Obviously I'll open this up in a bit, see what it's like, but yeah, seems quite high cable, quite high quality cable. Let's check out these bad boys. So it looks like they've gone a new trend. So like the Chew 2 with the nozzles. So these should screw off. Yeah. You can see right down. So I guess the theory is instead of, these blocking up, you can just change it. Very nice build. The paint reminds me of the Stellaris, the planar model. Kind of a vent or something with the 3 dots. Yeah, very nice. Again, that should screw off as well. Obviously 2-pin as well. Very nice build quality, which it should be. And yeah, so let's see if we can get this out. Otherwise I'll just edit it in. Yeah, so next clip I'll get that out and see what it's like. Yeah, so let's see what you get in here. So these look quite dangerous to lose. So there is, looks like 5 in that one. And again 5 in that one, so you can get a closer look. So these look really easy to lose. Obviously these are different. They have like a hole in it. So I'm quite curious. So these might be very easy to lose. So that seems a bit of a weird idea. I've seen normal tips and some paperwork. So that's it. So instructions. So let's have a really quick look. How to wear. Ear tips, cable installation, storage and notice. So they don't even really mention anything about, that's just all in Chinese. So they don't even mention with the with these. See, they have a hole in the middle, and they don't. So yeah, obviously I'm going to try it, when I graph it with these in and out, see what it's like. I have no idea what these are like. I like to know what differences these make. Because it could be something, could be large or not. We'll find out. But yeah, see you guys in the future. So welcome to my review section of the Moondrop Starfield 2. As it's a bit different. So yeah, let's talk about the cable. So you can see what it looks like. Quite a nice cable. It's a little bit stiff. But then again, it is a new cable. So that's what it looks like. Obviously attached to them. Looks really fancy, quite bling. And yeah, let's just take these off. Obviously the cable's got the colours, so you know what's left. Obviously you can tell that one's right. So let's get on to comfort of these, because obviously to me that's always the most important. Then on to those up there, we'll get to that in a bit. So comfort on these is actually not too bad. It obviously got the same kind of colour as the Stellaris. So that's a better look. So yeah, comfort on these is not too bad. It's kind of average. I would have heard a bit better. I've also tried worse than these, so it's not too bad at all really. But one thing I don't know is, talking about build quality, it seems fine. But obviously this paint, I don't know how long it will last before it, say, chips or something. So obviously because these are very new, I don't know what it's going to be like. So just bear that in mind. I hope they've made it better. But it is what it is, unfortunately. So let's talk about the bits that come with it, because this makes a lot of a difference later on when we get to the sound. So it comes with two lots. So there's this lot with the hole in the middle. That's it, you can see there the holes. So that's the normal one. And then there's this one. Obviously I'm using two in there now. So there's three left. There's no holes in them. So that's the bass boost version. Obviously we'll talk about that in a bit. But the problem is, I found when using that, as you can see, it's just in there. Get a better shot. So yeah, you can see it's just in there. Is it gives anybody who's tried an all balanced armature unit that's not vented, gives that vacuum effect. This kind of does the same thing. And it seems like the drivers don't like being sealed off. So it felt odd. I wasn't really keen on it. But it did give the bass that I wanted, and probably a few people wanted. And yeah, so pound sensitivity of these is nothing out of the ordinary. It's just straightforward. And uses a different type of dynamic driver coating. I can't remember the name, but obviously the link to Shenzhen's in the description. It's all in the information, but it's not a DLC. It's not beryllium, but it performs. I think performs better than beryllium, but not as good as a diamond like carbon. You can always check obviously all the stats and all this information in the description, but the driver is actually not too bad at all. So technicality, this is actually very good. Yeah, very good, and everything was very clear. It could keep up with anything I threw at it, especially with the non-bass boost mode. It's because obviously it's clearer without the big, the big elevation in bass. But yeah, not too bad at all. Obviously resolution on this set is good as well, and the timbre of these set again is very good. It's a bit, it can sound a bit off sometimes, but again I'll talk to that when I get to the sound. And soundstage, while I'm at it, is actually not too bad at all as well, and imaging is pretty good as well. So on those kind of stats, it's a pretty good set. But sound, because obviously that's why you want this for, and what these are here for. So I'm going to put the graph up now so you can have a look. Now, it makes a big difference with the bass. Like, it's a really big difference. I would prefer something in the middle, and also I'd prefer if it didn't have that weird kind of vacuum effect. That might just be me and just this set, so just bear that in mind. But I'm only going from my experience with the Starfield 2. Again, yeah, so bass is pretty good. When you have it as just the normal set, it's a bit, I would want a bit more because I like electronic music. So I prefer more towards the bass plug used. But again, without that weird kind of effect. And apart from that, it hits quite hard. The driver tech is actually very good. Decay is good. The actual hit is good. With the plug, I might like a little bit more bleed from the mid-range, just a bit more, so it gives it a bit more of a kick and a bit more body. And that's it. So vocals, I found it's a bit scooped, as you can see. So I found female vocals as fine. I think sometimes male vocals, it sounds a bit thin, especially without the plugin. And apart from that, it's fine. It's just nothing amazing. I like a little bit more of a forward mid-range. There's obviously a bit going on, but it's just a bit scooped out really. So onto the treble. Now it's a little bit more boosting than I expected. So I checked before the video the Moondrop plan, because that was a decent set. And this has even more lower treble. Now to me, for what I like, it's a bit too much. For folks who like a lot of vocals, it depending where it sits in the frequency range, you might like this a bit more. I didn't. I prefer it a little bit lower there, so then it makes the kind of treble a bit more balanced. A few folks might like it. It's not what I like. It's a little bit boosted, and it can be fatiguing. But then again, you can always just turn the volume down, or always just EQ if you want to. But the tuning, it is what it is. It may be a slight step back from the original Starfield, but I've never tried that mod, unfortunately. I've just seen it from a graph. Obviously, graphs don't tell all the story, so just bear that in mind. Obviously, on the graph, the 8K is fake. It's the coupler resonance. And apart from that, it actually has good stage as well. It's a good driver, so the extension on this is actually pretty good as well. But overall, the actual treble is clear, detailed, a little bit more than I personally like. But you hear everything, so it's a good set. And these are $109, so they're not exactly on the cheaper side. I forgot to mention the price. So, conclusion on these, do I recommend something like this? No, unfortunately, I don't have the original Starfield. Obviously, they're very nice build. The aesthetics are very good. The cable's good. It only comes with one set of tips, which is a good or a bad thing. I was fine with, these two mediums that it came with. I don't really like the idea with these. I think these could fall out, basically. So, let's take off one of these now. So, here it is. I don't really have much of a nail, but it can come out. That's it, it's out. So if you are quite heavy-handed, this can come out. So that's what it looks like. And it's hard to see. There's two little, basically, legs. You can just about see them. See at the very top, and they just kind of clip in. So yeah, I think it probably could have been done better. But on the whole, it is a good set. It's just not tuned what I like, and obviously you can screw this off as well to change the nozzle filter, which is a cool thing as well. Same as I think on the Chew 2s. So yeah, overall it's a good set. It's a very good driver for what it is. I like what they've done. Implementation maybe could have been better, but I'm not an engineer, so just bear that in mind. But it's a good set. I think there's a little bit too much lower treble, but again, that's my opinion. And maybe this needs to do something with the venting. Obviously, what they've done is it acts like when people mod the vents, like tape over the vents, it's the same kind of effect. And because of that, it's got all the pressure in the chamber. So yeah, just have to bear that in mind. But overall, it's a good set. It's just not what personally for me. I think but a lot of folks might like this, and in China they do like that presence range boosted. So this might be a really good set for the Chinese market. Just not my personal choice. But again, that's just me. All of you people may like this, and that's probably end it there. So yeah, if you want to know in any more details about this, please do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and obviously thanks for Shenzhen Audio for sending me this unit. It's always good to try things that are different, and when companies go outside the box, which they have done with this. Yeah, and that's it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.